We are here at camp, and you are not going to see a whole lot because that is all fog, and down there is a lake. Let's see if we can show you some of it. Another view from the campsite, from the hammock. Blue skies all the way around. I mentioned that the overnight is going to be in the low 50s, and you see Cooper wearing his jacket. Well, it's because I was not paying attention while we were making camp, and he wandered off. He got down to the lake and he went swimming, so he got wet, and then I dried him off the best I could, and he started shaking, so I put his jacket on him. We're kind of going out for a little bit of a walk so that he can warm up. Again, if there wasn't this fog, you would see the lake down there. And we know Cooper has already visited the lake. I cannot believe this. And I just have to show you the fog. It's lifting from the lake, and we can actually see it now. Parts of it, anyway. See it out there? We can see all the way across. Look at this beat up old tree. Topped off there, but still alive. And I have to mention, we have this all to ourselves. Those are new. Finally turned in the old heavy carabiners and went with the strength of titanium and the design of Dutch. Those are awesome. I just really had an easy time putting those together. They do great. Got my ridge line. There's the back side of the Warbonnet SuperFly, and then over there got another set of Dutch clips, Dutch buckles, and you can kind of see all that fog I was talking about. We'll get by. It's supposed to get down to a low of about 50 tonight, so not too bad. Another view of our new additions to the Warbonnet BlackBird Hammock. There you see the Dutch buckle, the Dutch pre-strap clip, and I do have some Dutch flies, but deploying this a little bit different. There's the flies there. Didn't use them this time around. There's the iron wire Dyneema from Lawson Outdoors. This setup was a little bit different. These trees were fairly close together, so I've got kind of a radical angle on this tie-out for the hammock, and we do have some uneven ground. I mean, this is very close. And then down here It's a little bit higher up the tree. But we managed to get everything all worked in. And it didn't seem to bother Cooper at all. Look who's back in the saddle again. He absolutely loves the hammock. Several of you have asked about a dog and the hammock. Well, Cooper was exposed to the hammock very young. In fact, I think the first week that we brought him home, I set up the hammock in the garage and had him actually play around in the hammock, and I have some video of that. That was first introduction to the hammock, and Cooper has taken to it in a big way. I always put him in after I'm in the hammock. I'll get situated, and then he just kind of finds his own little spot. He knows that whenever I leave the hammock, he stays in there, and then I bring him out. And we just kind of both coordinate. He usually lays across my legs, and then I put the top quilt on over both of us. Little additional warmth from our body heats. Kind of makes it really nice. This is a double layered Warbonnet BlackBird, so we've never had any problems with any kind of claws that he could scratch or tear the hammock. He's pretty active, so we keep his claws trimmed. Not a problem with long claws. And as you can see, very comfortable in the hammock. Several of you from time to time have asked what I feed Cooper. So I thought I'd show you. And he does eat very well when we go backpacking. He eats what he eats at home. And this is kibble made by Blue Buffalo. And it's a completely grain-free dog food. You see some life bits, as they call them, the dark bits in there. And got a couple of his treats in there. I'll take those out. So that's it. I mean, that's Blue Buffalo with the little life bits in there, which are vitamin packed, supposedly. He does very well with this. Really likes it. And we feed him twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and he simply loves his food. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set this down and let him go ahead and eat up. Some of you have asked about my little cook table. Well, I can't take any credit for this at all, because this table and the idea came from Smoke Eater 908. In fact, that is his platform off of his tree stand. He offers these on his web store. So that tree stand, you see the bungee ties and the lock cords, that actually is his tree stand, and you prop that up against a tree, and you put your trekking pole tip through that hole, and that holds the whole thing up against a tree. Well, he also came up with the idea of creating a table as well, and what I did was I just took a golf club rod and put a point on it, and put a nut on the end of the pole there, and that just screws right down. I drilled a hole in the middle of his tree stand, and now that also acts as a little table. So none of the credit goes to me, it all goes to Smoke Eater 908, and you need to check out his web store for both the tree stand and on his YouTube channel, where he actually came up with the table as well. How about that? Good timing. 2 cups of water to a boil, and we are going to pour that into the mountain house. And there's my little flame on cozy. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed, left hand. And this does get hot. I've never known these handles not to be hot, so here we go. 2 cups of water into the mountain house. Let's see if we can, we did it. No steam. Grab the titanium spoon here. Give it a nice stir. And wait for about 11 minutes, and we should have some beef stroganoff. The mountain house is in the cozy. Cooper is aware, and we're waiting for the ever new titanium stove to burn out. That's the only drawback of this thing versus a Trangia, where you can just cap it and store the rest of the fuel. And it's out, all on the Smoke Eater 908 tree stand / table. Cooper's waiting patiently, and the mountain house is in the cozy. Some of you may ask why I don't cook some of my fancier meals out when we're hammocking like this. Why am I cooking up mountain house? Well, one, weight, and 2, when we're out in a remote area, I try to want to keep the scent of food down, because the more remote areas, the more we could be visited by critters, namely the larger ones like bears, and they are in this area. That's why I do have my bear spray handy as well. So dinner is served, and the fog has crept back in, and it is starting to get dark, so good time to finish up dinner and think about creating some light. We'll see if we can do a fire. Things are awfully wet around here. We have about a half hour of light left. Let's see if any of this even shows up. We're at the hammock, and I've got a little place to sit down here. Here's the light we came up with, and you've seen this before. That's my little 5-hour energy light, using the little Phoenix LED. And Cooper was starting to shiver, so I've got him in the hammock, and There he is, down inside the hammock. And I do mean down, because that's what he's wrapped up in, with some down. So we'll warm him up a bit. There you see the ridge line, kind of a silhouette against the light that's left over, the waning light. There we go. I do have a candle next to that for later. So this is our view from the hammock. Somebody's up and about. You little ham, you're just posing, aren't you? Oh, you're gonna give us another shot? Silly bug. One final look at our cook set, camp layout, and I think we're going to tear it all down. Go for a nice hike, and then turn around and head home. 10 o'clock and we are set to head out. Hanging tree number 1. Hanging tree number 2. Final view of our site and what we saw out there. We are packed up, ready to go, leave no trace.